Hello, Gwen.
Hi, Annie.
Long time no see. It
I
feels
know.
like ages.
Busy.
Yeah, ages since we did this and managed to get together for a
Absolutely.
lovely little tarot and oracle prediction time.
Oh, I know. Oh,
But so lovely to be back in the room with you.
yep.
And I've got my cards to hand. I know you've probably got yours to hand. And I've got the dog here because he can hear you.
Oh, hello, Bubble.
Boy. So, are you ready to do some cards, sweetheart? Do you want to
Yes.
start?
Yes, I think it's my turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Glasses on. Okay, so I'm using the Elemental Oracle.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So by Stacey DeMarco, and some brilliant artwork in these. So let's see. Give them a good shuffle.
While you're doing yours, I'll do mine. Get mine ready and.
We've got to think of we got the full moon eclipse tonight, haven't we?
We
So
have,
or
yes.
tomorrow night, yeah. So that's going to be some influences there.
Sure,
okay,
yes.
let's have a look what we've got.
Oh, I'm having to dig deep into this pack for once I want. Right.
Okay. So we got the South card here.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's got some lovely. It's like looking into a satellite. You know, the orbital satellites. So we're looking into the camera of the orbital satellite. So we are up in the air. There's a beautiful orange, you know, sort of the sacral chakra colors in this. So I think it's about sort of digging deep. But I also get the sense of adventure around this card. So the traveling and I must admit, over the last month, I've been doing a lot of traveling, and for the rest of October, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. So maybe this is going to be, yes, exactly. So yes, what I'm getting so far is digging deep into your sacral, so into your emotions, but having an adventure with it. Exploring it more. That's probably what I'm getting, exploring your emotions more. And then the next card, it's a beautiful card. It's the Hearth card.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. And there's a lovely picture, a little child there with a Labrador dog and a beautiful fireside. And from that fireside, there's warmth and there's comfort, and I think there's showing a bonding there of the child with the animals, and maybe we should be looking at that more often. And certainly I've got two animal guides that are often the ones that give me the comfort in any sort of things that I'm exploring. And it's just remembering that you know, from small things, big things grow, and there is, you know, definitely a sprinkle of the warmth and the comfort. And again, when you look at the first card with the emotions, you know, the feelings of warmth and comfort is what you want to feel from your emotions, isn't it? Yeah. The next card is breath, and a beautiful lady there. Where's the lady? There we go. Sort of breathing out.
Oh, yes.
There. And on this side, again, we've got those orangey colors. Now, that's coming out quite a lot in these cards, because we had the orange in the first, we had the orange of the fire. And here, this is like, you know, breathing out. And I think it's like breathing out, but breathing life into something. Remembering that, you know, if we are looking at emotions and things that are happening at the moment, because again, when you think of it, the full moon is all full of emotions and changes and things like that. So yes, and there's a vessel that she's got here, and again, it is sort of burning a fire inside her, but she's just breathing it out. She's not letting things trouble her. That's what I'm getting here. She's breathing out. She's breathing in the warmth and breathing out the emotion. So definitely blowing it into the universe. She's half under the sea as well. So or a river. So again, that's to do with emotions. Again, the flowing of emotions. You know, just letting it flow. And then we've got chilly. This is a snow scene.
Yeah.
Got a snow scene here.
Don't want any of that yet.
And it is the snow card when you're looking at the elements. This is the snow. And but I always feel with snow, it's the time it stops you going out.
Yes.
It makes you rest.
Yeah.
So I think it's this moment of silence we all need sometimes to take stock of how we're feeling, what we're doing. And we are actually going into the winter months, and it's really cold here at the moment. The temperature definitely dropped since last week. So again, having time to yourself, but also appreciating that the seasons change, and we are now going into winter. So again, the full moon, we're going into change again, and it's just being prepared about that, and maybe taking that the silence in yourself, that time to spend contemplating on maybe the new year. This has come up before when I've done the cards with you. This is the time to take stock. It's the winter season. It's what hunters used to do, and it's the beaver moon tonight. So again, the beaver moon, if you go back to the traditions, was all about the beavers building their dams ready for winter, but also the hunters hunting the beavers for their fur to keep them warm during the winter. So again, it's that moment of silence where you've got to think about the next year ahead. Again, we've got fire in this card, and this is all about bushfires. And there's a native Aboriginal lady in there. Sorry, there's a shine on these cards because they are. There we go. If I do that, and she is showing the bushfires, and this is a theme throughout. But we've got this deep sacral emotion and the fire, and maybe, you know, is this about the full moon? Because we need to be making changes. The whole world needs to be making changes, and we're seeing a lot of changes in the world at the moment. And some of it is getting quite heated. You know, there's and they've all gone off to the climate conference as well, haven't they? So yeah, maybe we are looking at we need to be really looking at how the world is changing, and that there is a lot of fire, heated debates. That's what I'm getting from this. The heated debates that are going on, and we've got to make sure that we move forward into the next year with the right frame of mind. There's so many different conflicts of interest at the moment. I was watching a documentary the other day with Greta Thunberg on, and the way that even since she was a teenager, she's now 19, that her mind has changed so much on exactly what needs doing now. You know, never mind the long-term plans and year 2025, you know, 2027. It's about doing it now. So in conclusion, cool, this was very emotional. So maybe it's my emotions as well. I've got to think about that. So yeah, a lot of sacral emotional messages in these cards. Time to think about a way forward. Silent contemplation, but getting comfort from your own life and your own emotions, and knowing that you're on the right path, and not worrying about what's happening, you know, the bushfires that are happening around us. Just making sure that you yourself are dealing with your own emotions and taking yourself forward. And I think this is the time of the year to do it. Let's hibernate for a couple of months, shall we?
Oh, you know me, I will hibernate anytime. I'm
Yeah,
quite
so that's my message from the cards. Very interesting.
yeah,
Fire's coming up a lot.
struck by those cards because it seems to me you've got the northern and the southern hemisphere. The northern hemisphere is going into the snow of winter, and the
Yes,
southern hemisphere is going into the fire of summer.
that's the South card, and that's the
Yeah,
Australian card.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
I'm wondering if on a kind of world level we're going to see something arising in Australia that is going to be that response to the inequality and the division. The other thing that I'm interested that is making me smile a little bit is I work with one of the Earth's guardian archangels, and she's called Rophia, and she's the fire and ice archangel. She's the
Ah,
archangel who helps us to blend those two. Because if you put fire and ice together, what you get is steam. You get a third thing, a different thing. Are you with
maybe the
me?
breath is
Yeah,
represented with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if her influence is coming through to again sort of say to us, look, you know, you could be at this end of the scale or that end of the scale, but the place you need to be is down the middle with the solution.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting given that we've got this eclipse, which of course always brings shadow side work. And in
Yes.
order to move from those entrenched fire and ice positions, it takes some pretty strong emotional, dramatic events. I'm not forgetting what's happening in Iran. We've got the American elections. We've
All
got
the inequalities that are going on at the moment.
Ukraine. We've got all of
Yeah.
this bubbling away. Yeah, it's really an interesting set of cards. So
Mm.
I'm going to have a look at mine. Okay. I'm using the Work Your Light Oracle,
Right.
Rebecca Campbell, and the artwork is by Danielle Noel. I love these cards because the sort of the imagery really speaks to me, and that's the wonderful thing about cards. Find the cards
Yeah.
that speak to you. So the first card that I've got, which makes sense with your cards, is Deep Replenishment.
There we go. Yes.
So rest, retreat, be held. And there's a little moon on there, and she's
It
just,
looks, it might be eclipsing.
yeah, she's in this beautiful glade, and she's sniffing the flowers, and there's a lovely flow of water. She's on the beach beside the water. And for me, it's really about I'm looking at the flowers because she's got cactuses and roses. So really,
Ah,
you know, the
thorns.
prickly side of life,
Mm.
but the beauty of the prickly side of life. And of course, we've been through an enormous prickly side of life for the last few years. And it is important to replenish. She's got a background of stars. They could be orbs, they could be stars, but this lovely idea of, well, yeah, the stars, because they look like systems, oh, symbols, stars. Anyway, you know what I mean. The words
Stick
gone.
with geometry.
Anyway, And I do feel when we go into the winter months, that is exactly what we need to do. For me, she echoes that home and hearth. She echoes that surrounding yourself with the good, the positive kind of comforts of home. No wonder I'm knitting so many cushions in the autumn and winter months. It's
I've
like
actually
cushion,
started knitting
cuddle,
again.
yeah, cuddle cushions are plenty, you know, because we need that sort of hug. We haven't been having that hug maybe because we've been very busy and hectic. So I feel like we're being encouraged, take that time, whatever it takes, take that time and have that rest.
Yes.
Um, we won't be planting the seeds really until next spring. So we need to just let emerge whatever it is that's in the back of our mind with that reflection, so that we can be ready to say exactly what it is that we want going forward. So definitely informed by the eclipse, looking at
Yes.
what is it in me that isn't working, whether it's emotional, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's spiritual, but looking at that and going, right, how do I change that? And I love this because again it echoes yours. This is called Soul Family.
Oh,
There's two ladies in a beautiful field. It looks like heather to me, and then you've got the dolphins paired up swimming away.
two,
Yeah,
two, two.
twos and twos. And the thing on this card is call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And I think that's a really important thing. We forget we're a duality, that we're a spirit within a human body. And so sometimes we don't ask the spirit to step forward, the bit that can guide us well.
Yes.
And when we're busy reflecting, we can get to that part of us. I also love the imagery of the dolphin, because we are swimming through our emotions and we should be able to leap and play with our emotions. They should not be so heavy and grinding, and you know, the horrible storm at sea that our emotions sometimes become. And I think for me, this card is saying over the next 2 or 3 weeks, as the stuff in the shadow side emerges across the world, reminding ourselves that we can be a community, be strong together. And in fact, we're stronger together because we can own our vulnerability, but also get the help to deal with that vulnerability. Are you with me?
Yes.
So I just love the energy of this card, and very much like the child with the dog, just reminding us that our soul family is also the animal kingdom. It's the
Absolutely.
pets we have, it's the animals. I was out this morning just having a look at what the insects were doing. I've made them a little insect hotel. And I'm just saying, what have they done? You know, are they using the hotel, so to speak? And just those connections that we can have with all of the beautiful animals in our lives, to help us to glide through things. So lovely, lovely card. I've had this one out a few times recently, and it's called Transformation. Okay.
Right. Yes.
And she's sitting there on her throne, the full moon behind her. No
Yep.
surprise. Yeah. Uh,
Rise there.
down one side, I don't know if you can see, down one side, there's a little like helix, a DNA helix.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And we're being reminded that things are changing. And it actually says on the card, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Now, this has energy of Egypt in it for me, the way that there's a cat in the picture. And I'm
Animals.
ever with my cats. She's got this beautiful flowing pink dress, and it just reminds me, it's all sparkly, but it's about, are we bringing in enough unconditional love got the radiance of the full moon encouraging us, really boost that love. As we're transforming, don't stop loving ourselves. As we're moving into a new world and a new us, keep that flow of love, that we're actually sitting on a golden throne. You know, the earth is so bountiful. It's just that we've not distributed it in an equitable way, and we've got an opportunity to move that forward if we really grab onto what we fear and we deal with the fear. Then we can have that change and that transformation, and the healing at a cellular level, the deep healing, you know, healing humanity from the very deepest part of us. That's what we need to do, because if we can heal from the deepest part, from where all the fear and the root chakra stuff comes from, really, if we can deal with that and boost that sacral chakra energy, and get that life force flowing in a positive connection with one another in our soul families, there's nothing we can't achieve. Nothing. And we've got to keep remembering that, reminding ourselves whatever is going on outwardly in the world is a signal of the transformation that's going on inwardly. And we'll come through this better for it, so to speak. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards that's sat there. It's called Mintaken. Okay, and it's a longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Now, what's lovely is the number of moons that this figure is staring at. There's moon after moon after moon in the sky.
Absolutely.
A recognition, if you like, that we're not really from here. There's moons, there's planets. This person is sitting with a body of water, sitting, it looks like ice floor and water. And just a reminder that we're looking to belong and to find our home and feel rooted. And if we feel rooted, if we feel like we belong, we'll stop doing all the crazy stuff. So over the next couple of weeks, I feel like there's going to be a strong calling to people to find their roots, find their home, find where they belong, recognize who they are. And really, the work of the rest of the year is to finally recognize, well, we are home. We are the light workers on our planet, and that our job is to bring home back up to what we want it to be. I'm laughing because to myself, because it's no wonder I'm clearing the clutter. You know, I'm doing a spring clean in winter. I'm like, right, do I really need this? I've got all I unwrapped a box of ornaments last night, and they're all spread out, and I'm going, I don't know if I need that anymore. I don't know if I want that anymore. And I've just got them left, and I'm just going, right, slowly they're going into the charity bag. I'm going, right, I've decided I don't need you now.
Well, again, Annie, the full moon's in Taurus, and Taurus is all about strength. So it's having that strength to say, that's the past, this is the future.
And this is how I want my home to be going forward. That's the thing that for me, and it ties in with that lovely winter period of having time to look around and go, what jobs have I neglected? What DIY do I need to do? Do I change my cushions because now I'll need a different color or a different feel? Or you know, I was looking at the curtains, I'm thinking, right, I need new curtains, and just all those little bits and pieces where what you're doing is you're bringing in the comfort around you. And
it's also your transformational card as well.
Yes, it is. So I think for a lot of people, this year, there is going to be that kind of search for a slimmed down, more strongly connected sense of home. Yeah, not the connections that we once had. Now we need new. And I guess as well, you see, this is where the fire and ice is, because in order to make the change, you have to melt the rigidity of the ice. You have to find that space of steam, because of course the steam condenses out, and if you put it in the cold, it freezes again. So we're in that process, and I think it's wonderful that our cards are kind of echoing that.
They always do. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be an interesting 2 or 3 weeks while we see the outcome of things that are happening on a global level, and how that brings that that recognition of change and needing to change and wanting to change that's important for us, so we can plant the best seeds next spring.
Definitely. Oh, I love the synchronicity of the cards. I mean, it is the message, and why, it just shows that the message is so strong. The two of them come out with the same message, in our cards. And both readings have been influenced by this full moon that we've got as well. So the universe is working with us.
It is. It's been lovely to talk to you.
Annie, it's been
do
great.
the reading and share the time, and we'll definitely have to do this soon again.
We will. Okay. You take care.
You too. Bye. Bye. She says.